Growth in New Braunfels means growth in our schools, and there's a ton of families moving here from out of town, families already living here, especially with kids under age 18, which impacts our aging school facilities in New Braunfels and the way your kids learn in the classroom. And that's why there is a crucial decision coming up for voters in New Braunfels. The future of New Braunfels schools are at stake. Today, we're going to tell you everything you need to know about the upcoming school bond vote. If you guys are new here on my channel, thank you so much for hopping aboard, because every week we're trying to put out relevant and timely information just like this about what it's like to live in New Braunfels. And growth in our city and growth in our schools is what it's like to live in New Braunfels. And coming up on Saturday, May 4th, voters in one of our school districts will have a crucial decision to make about the future of our schools. Of all of our taxing entities in New Braunfels, schools, that's going to provide you the most value, especially if you're a homeowner in New Braunfels. Schools is why people choose to live where they live, especially if you have kids under age 18. And coming up real soon, the New Braunfels Independent School District will turn to its voters to try and pass a bond, school bond, worth $313 million. And we're so fortunate to be joined today to speak with today the chairman of the School Bond Committee, Stephen Brockman. Thanks for being out here.
Hey, thanks for having me, Rod.
You're the guy with the information. So talk to us a little bit about the bond. We'll get into the bond in just a second, but you are a concerned parent, obviously a parent in NBISD. And right. This committee, tell us about this committee. Are there parents, business leaders, community leaders, and who reached out to you? Did the district reach out to you and say, we need to know what you want in this bond package? How does this work?
Yeah, so last summer, the school district put out a call for concerned parents, educators, former educators, business leaders here in the city. And there were 85 of us, citizens, that came together for about 6 months. And we worked closely with school staff to understand their needs, where the pressure points are, just like you were talking about. As we grow and have aging facilities, there's increased demands. And so we worked very close with them for about 6 months to identify what the big projects were.
So what we're going to talk about today, Stephen, and what we're going to see in this bond package is a lot of your input and other parents and business leaders, community leaders as well, right?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
So how much of this has to do with addressing growth in our city, especially the last 3, 4, 5 years?
Oh, 100%. We're looking at making sure that we fund the completion of New Braunfels High School behind us. We provide the proper facilities for the new Dragons that'll be coming on board this next year. And we also have projects that are touching every single one of our campuses. The growth is absolutely driving why we have these bond packages.
Now, when we hear the word bond, some people may freak out, like, wait a second, I don't want to pay any more taxes. So is there a new tax here? What's going on?
No, that's a great part about this. Really, when you break it down, a bond that a school district calls for is like them taking a mortgage out. They have a large project or a large list of big projects like facilities that need to get done. And they need a way to fund those, just as we as homeowners take out a mortgage. Except for here's the beauty of it. Because of their great stewardship with our money, one of the things that committee that I told you about, we were very clear from the start was we want to accomplish as much as we can without impacting our current tax rate. And because of how well managed that NBISD has been over the years, we were able to absorb $313 million and not have a tax rate increase.
Okay, so that's great news. When you go vote, it's not a new tax, so the tax rate will not increase.
That's correct.
Okay.
No new taxes.
Behind us, what's going on here? Because this can't be from the bond that's coming off. So what's happening behind us, and who is funding this?
Yeah, so this is actually from 2021.
Okay.
So 3 years ago, we had the same process, and voters, overwhelmingly supported this proposition to put New Braunfels High School out there.
Okay.
And what we see here is the construction going on of phase 1. what is up on the 2024 package is to fund the completion of what we see going on back here.
Okay, so we already know we have a supportive community because of what we're seeing here from the 2021 bond, and people realizing that like we really need to address this growth here.
That's right. That's right.
So we kind of have the foundation for what's coming up.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay, the school bond coming up, Stephen, the $313 million. Is it one long bond or is it split into three different parts?
Yeah, great question. It's actually three different propositions. Proposition A is for facilities, B is for stadiums, and the third C is for technology.
Okay, so let's get into Prop A. Is that the biggest one?
It is.
Okay, so let's talk about what is in Proposition A. What can voters expect?
Yeah, so Proposition A, like I said, is facilities. The overwhelming majority of it is to fund what's right behind us, the completion of New Braunfels High School. That will take care of the educational facilities. It will take care of the tear down of the current place.
So we're talking about new classrooms,
science labs, parking, which is incredibly important around here.
Premium right now, right?
And just making this a complete project.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the other things. I believe one of those is the library being converted into the junior ROTC.
That's right. Right now, the JROTC is out in this outbuilding here,
right,
and they're going to be given a great new facility, obstacle course along the side. Really strong facilities for a great program.
New classrooms means what? We can absorb more students. What are we at currently, and what is it expected to hold once completed 3 to 5 years down the line?
Yeah, great question. So not only a better student to teacher ratio, because when you couple in Long Creek opening up and the relief we get there, but this campus would be able to educate about 2,000 students and still be highly functioning.
So right now we're kind of busting at the seams. We're really trying to manage the student-teacher ratio as best as we can. Is that what it is?
We are. It's a pretty tight environment out here, and that's why, again, going back to the 2021 bond to complete the build out of Long Creek High School, so that there is that relief and provide two very comfortable high schools for our community.
So we have new classrooms, we have a new auditorium, we're going to have a new library, we're going to have the current library transformed into the junior ROTC. We're going to have new band halls, correct?
That's correct.
Basically, what you're seeing at New Braunfels High School, well, you won't see that anymore except for one. There's going to be one part that's left, you said?
That's right, just the old library. That's going to be
the old library.
The JROTC.
So this is a complete new.
It is.
It's like a redo.
It is, absolutely. And it's going to be a beautiful, modern facility.
And there's going to be something for everybody. You have fine arts, you have performing arts, you're going to have band, theater,
career
technology.
Absolutely.
So this is a whole new school addressing growth and addressing the student population, the current and future student population at New Braunfels High School.
That's right.
Okay, so what else does that Proposition A include?
So additionally inside there's major maintenance at every single campus.
Okay.
Some of that involves playground equipment at schools that didn't get it in the last bond. Some of it involves major maintenance like HVAC and
roofing,
mechanical type things. School security, really big thing ever since Uvalde, right? Making sure that every campus is secured with a badge read.
Sure.
That's a high priority on there. And then also our ag science program. They're out doing great things, and they've got an ag facility that's substandard. And so there's a couple $1 million there to make a master plan for the site and bring that up to a high level. Final big part to it is new buses for the district, and those will all come with air conditioning, be modern, and replace the aging fleet
Which
that we have.
They're old. I mean, the high school is what, 60 years old right now? The buses probably aren't 60 years old, but they need retooling, repairing. In this case, I mean, it's easier to buy a new bus than it would be to continue to repair one. So we're talking about what, 25 new buses over 5 years?
That's right. That's right. On a staged kind of ramp up for them, so that they're they're put into service in the right way.
All right, so the main crux of this $313 million bond coming up, vote on May 4th is going to be New Braunfels High School, the new Braunfels High School, which is projected to finish within, 3 to 5 years?
That's right.
Okay. All right. And then also it addresses things across campus, not just New Braunfels High School. Like you said, maintenance, like major maintenance, like roofing and HVAC and sidewalks and parking lots, and also safety and security, which in any era, I mean, what parent doesn't,
That's right.
Peace of mind.
That's right.
All right. So that is Proposition A. And we do have some history. We talk about new schools, and this is going to be a new school. That transitions nicely into the second New Braunfels Independent School District High School.
That's right.
On the other side of New Braunfels, Long Creek.
Our Dragons.
Okay. And so tell us about what's going on there.
Yeah, so this one's really exciting. Proposition B is providing a competition stadium for the Dragons. They have... It's on the site that used to be a ninth grade center, and so frankly, their stadium looks like a middle school stadium. And so this would be providing a 7,000 seat stadium for Friday night lights, for bands to practice, for a soccer team, for track and field. They'll have a competition track, and just be the pride of their campus, someplace that they can gather and compete. Just like all students want to compete over there.
Now, before I get into the athletic part of it, I want to mention that this school, Long Creek, was provided by voters through the 2021 bond, right?
That's correct.
So we already see a history and consistency of community support.
That's right.
Again, laying the foundation for what's coming up on May 4th. So that's certainly good news. And this school is expected to be finished sometime this fall.
That's right. The first classes will be in this upcoming fall semester, and so it's ready to go.
What are we talking about? It's just ninth grade right now?
Right. It is currently the ninth grade center.
All right.
And then next year it'll be 9th and 10th.
Okay.
And then the following year, freshmen through
11.
juniors, and then the following year have our first 4 years of students there.
Why are we phasing in year by year? Is it just
a couple reasons? One, to allow for the growth of that school to happen naturally.
Right.
I think the second part is so that you're not forcing kids that have grown up as unicorns and giving them the opportunity to complete their high schooling with them. But this is starting that new legacy for Dragons.
Okay, so 2024 fall semester, start of the new year, you'll have 9th and 10th grade at Long Creek, and will you have 9th grade at New Braunfels High School for the first time in a while?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
So we're talking about Proposition B, we're talking about stadium, facilities, and we mentioned that these stadiums are not just for the football teams. You just reeled off the band and performing arts, and there's other student organizations that are going to use these facilities. So it's not just football.
That's right. That's right. It really touches probably the most percentage of the student body is that stadium.
What is the percentage, Stephen, of kids involved in extracurricular activity? I don't want to put you on the spot. Is it the majority of the kids?
That's a great question. I've still got 2 little kids in elementary school, but from what I'm witnessing on any given night as I drive past New Braunfels High School, it's got to be high. When you account for probably 50 to 60 kids on a football team, plus the hundreds of kids in the band, plus the cheerleaders and the dance team, and the student council, and all of the other...
Probably well over 60%. I'm just guessing. I'm thinking.
I would guess so. You don't fill up a 7,000 to 9,000 seat stadium with proud parents if you don't have a lot of kids that are involved.
Sure. So we're talking about facilities for Long Creek, athletic facilities, but also $2.5 million is earmarked for New Braunfels High School kind of upgrade.
That's right.
New turf for the football field.
New turf, some lighting, and improved sound system.
Okay.
Currently, right now, all 3 of those are just low quality, and we need to. They've reached their end of life and need to get replaced.
All right, so 2 propositions down, 1 to go. What is on Proposition C?
So Proposition C is $3 million for technology, district-wide technology upgrades. This is things like refreshed iPads for the one-to-one student learning, district licenses for operating systems, all of those types of things.
So network infrastructure as well. I mean,
That's right.
Technology. This is why you don't finance technology over 30 years.
That's right.
That'll be paid off sooner because
Exactly.
technology changes every second.
That's right. One of the things that that really impressed me when we were going through, I mentioned that 85 of us were going through and trying to determine, when the technology department came in, they actually cut their ask in half from the previous 2 bonds. And the reason for that is they have been very resourceful with the money that was given them over the past 2 bonds, that they have been able to stretch our taxpayer dollars and be efficient with it and be good stewards of our dollars. And so it really was it may seem small in the grand picture of a $315 million, but to me, an entire department cutting their ask in half shows that they're being managed well, they're doing the right thing with our funds, and gives me a lot of confidence as a taxpayer and a parent.
I was going to say, as a taxpayer and a parent, then you got to be, that trust factor has to be there then.
Absolutely.
Especially if they're saying, look, no new tax. This is how we've done it. This is how we're protecting your tax dollars. And you've got to, at that point, you're like, oh, okay,
That's right.
Let's just go with it.
That's right. It gives me high confidence that it's a well-run district. They're doing what we would expect of them, and I think it's time for us to reward them with this with passing all 3 propositions.
You know, when you have growth as we have, especially the last 3 or 4 years in New Braunfels, this is what happens. You know, especially when I was talking about at the top of the video, the number of families with kids under age 18 that are in New Braunfels, moving to New Braunfels, we outpace San Antonio and Austin.
That's incredible.
Families want to be here for a number of reasons. Schools is near the top. Year-round events and activities is right up there, location between 2 large cities, but schools definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is going to address the growth in New Braunfels.
Well, Rod, honestly, is it any surprise? We had, Herman Seeley, who's considered the father of Texas education. Yeah. He's the one who figured out a way to for citizens to say, you know what, we'll use a portion of our taxes to provide for school districts in the form of our property taxes. He lobbied for that up at the state level. And he's one of our founding fathers. Is it no question as to why we have great schools in this great community?
Is there anything else you want to say, Stephen Brockman, about the upcoming bond?
Yeah, I just want to thank the community for the continued support. As a parent, as a property owner myself, it's very important to me that our kids continue to grow. And but I do have to say that if we don't go to the polls starting on the 22nd through May 4th, and we don't cast that vote, then the support ends with words and signs. So I just highly encourage you to go out, continue to support these our great school districts, and we just continue to grow and be a great community to live, work, and play.
Stephen, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Best wishes to you and your committee on May 4th.
Absolutely.
All right, big vote. New Braunfels Independent School District coming up on Saturday, May 4th. My take on this is easy because we're talking about no new tax on this, no new tax rate increase on something, schools, which provide a lot of value, especially if you're a property owner in New Braunfels. But I want to hear what you have to say. What do you think about this upcoming bond? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you want to be a part of a supportive community like New Braunfels, I would love to be your real estate resource of choice. You can email me, you can call me, or you can shoot me a text. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching our videos, and we'll see you on the next one.